Okay, myself Dr. K. Siva, Department of Pharmacology, TVM College of Pharmacy. So, on the continuous part of transcription in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So, already I think the prokaryotes is over. In eukaryotes, this second part. So, so in eukaryote, some post-transcriptional modifications after transcription. The post-transcriptional modification takes place. So this one, second one, already I said one cap, that is one methionine, it is binded to the 5 and it is protecting. Next one is adenine nucleotide. These adenine nucleotide chain binded to the 3 end. 3 end. Okay, so this is regarding poly. Next, this one also protecting. Next, introns and their removal. See, introns are the intervening nucleotides sequence in the mRNA. See, this is the diagram. It will show the this intron between the exons. Some non-protein formation nucleotides is there. The nucleotide is there, but they are not produces the any protein. They are intervening, just intervening nucleotide. They are not produces the any protein. So exons, whatever is there, they produces the protein. This exon and this exon produces the protein. So these are all removed through the spliceosome. Spliceosome nothing but it is not a ribosome like that, but the small small ribosomal nuclear particles. These are particles. These particles, these particles remove the intron. This blue color is intron, and to help the attachment of exons. Exons nothing but the genetic code, the original genetic code. Got it? So this is regarding the removal of introns. So here exon one, here exon, here intron, the small ribosomal these particles, these bonded with the these are bind with the here with the introns. Then for this binding, it's required ATP energy. They utilize the ATP energy and remove the these introns. Then attachment of exons. Next, final one, conversion of CCA codon in mRNA to UAA by the enzyme cytidine deaminase. See, finally, after this, after removal of these introns and that CAA is converted into the CAA is converted into UAA in mRNA. So this is the final formation. For this, it is required a cytidine deaminase. So this is regarding the formation of mRNA in the presence of polymerase II in eukaryotes. In eukaryotes, and these are the post-transcriptional transcription. These post-transcriptional modifications happen in the nucleus only, in the nucleus, not in cytosol. Post-transcriptional modifications for the mRNA happen in the nucleus, not in the cytosol. So after formed the functional mRNA, means matured mRNA, it is enter into the cytosol. So this is the overall how these mRNA the diagrammatic representation they given. See, this is DNA gene cluster. In that, the pink color observed or not, these pink color that mRNA form. So in that this is it is not a, functional mRNA or matured mRNA. So in this have the exons, introns, some also modification also required. That is happen in the post transcriptional modifications. After modifications, this is primary. After modification, after removal of introns, protections, after finally the matured or functional mRNA is formed. This is the overall explanation of the formation of mRNA in the eukaryotes. Next, transfer RNA. So all the tRNAs of prokaryotes and eukaryotes undergo post-translational modifications. These included converting existing bases into usual ones and addition of CC nucleotide that is same. So whatever we discussed how the mRNA it is formed in the eukaryotes, same like that also in prokaryotes, eukaryotes, some transcriptional modifications also happen in the prokaryotes. For the transfer RNA, whatever I discussed regarding means trimming, converting, and adjusting of bases, how it is happening post transitional modifications happen in the formation of transfer RNA. Okay, in the prokaryotes and eukaryotes. And ribosome, the ribosome is originally synthesized or converted to ribosome by the series of post-transcriptional changes. So these are also same. So these are the next. So that is entire detail about transcription. So these tRNA we change them, it will form RNA polymerase 3. This ribosomal RNA polymerase 1. In the presence of that, these formed. Got it? This is the entire about transcription in the eukaryotes. Now the inhibitors of transcription. So actinomycin D binds with the DNA template strand and blocks the movement of DNA polymerase. You know, the DNA template only produces the mRNA in the presence of polymerase RNA polymerase enzyme. So it's bind to the directly DNA template so to block the movements. That is the mechanism action of the actinomycin D. That's why it is a transcription inhibitors. Two marks I given also. Rifampicin. It is an antibiotic widely used for the treatment of tuberculosis and leprosy. Its rifampicin binds with the beta subunit of the prokaryote RNA polymerase. I said RNA polymerase, especially in prokaryotes, only involved RNA polymerase, only one enzyme. So these rifampicin work in only for prokaryotes, not eukaryotes. So rifampin given rifampicin. These rifampicin drug bind to the RNA polymerase in prokaryote, that to B subunit, beta subunit. Next, alpha amanitin. It is a toxin produced. It is from the plant. Mushroom. It is from the mushroom. Tightly bind with the RNA polymerase 2 of eukaryote with the transcription. So these amanitin drug in eukaryote RNA polymerase 2 to produces the mRNA. So these amanitin drug inhibit the eukaryote. Okay. So this is regarding the transcription inhibitors. Next to translation. So already you know what is the translation. Means to translate one message. So here the mRNA have the message that is translated to protein. That's what is called as a translation. So as per the scientific definition, formation of proteins from the mRNA is called as translation or biosynthesis of protein or polypeptide in a living cell. Okay. Before going to that, one small definition, maybe in 2 marks you can get reverse transcription. Transcription means what? Formation of mRNA from DNA. Reverse means reverse. Formation of DNA from mRNA. That's all. Just reverse. Just oppositely we have to write. Oppositely we have to say. Transcription means formation of mRNA from DNA. But in reverse transcription, formation of DNA from mRNA. That formed DNA is a complementary DNA. So for this required enzyme, reverse transcriptase enzyme. It is important for the 2 marks. Write definition reverse transcription. Formation of DNA from mRNA in the presence of reverse transcriptase enzyme is called as a reverse transcription. That's all. Okay. So before going to the translation, that procedure, how the process step by step, what is the genetic code? Simply you can understand. You know, in mRNA have the uh, nucleotide bases present. Simply we can call it as a triplet. So these only that sequence, the base sequences in mRNA that acts as a code words for amino acids in protein constituent. Okay, just you think in mRNA, two pyrimidine and two uracils nucleotides, that is adenine, guanine, cytosine. These four four cube, so 64. So different combination. Then these 64 nucleotide bases to form the 20 amino acids. Once I am repeating. So 4 adenine, guanine, cytosine, uracil in present in mRNA. So these nucleotides produces the 64 these 64 nucleotide, different nucleotide bases. They produces the 20 amino acids. See that. So citric acid 64. So these codons, 64 codons. So these 64 codons, out of 3 codons are stopping codons. Stop. So remaining 61 to form the amino acids. Got it? So 60 is so that is 3 codons are UAA, UAG and UCA. This stops. Sometimes they can ask 2 marks, very important. Which are the stopping codons? Which are the stopping codons? In translation, UAA, UAG, UCA. Which are the initiate codon? Only one, that is AUG. AUG. So as per the sum, they given the names for the termination codons. So stopping codons are also called as a termination codon. Stopping means they can stop. Termination means it is terminated. Got it? So termination codons or stopping codons important for the 2 marks. So UAA. First it will start stopping codons or termination codons. First started with the letter U in all common. First UAG, UAA. They called UAG, we can call as amber, and UAA we can call as ochre, and UGA called as opal codons. And AUG, it's important, initiating codons or starting codons. Okay. So the codons have some characteristic. That one is they are universal in nature, very specific, and non-overlapping and degenerate. Universal means they are always wherever the codon is there, it is universal. It all you want to entire explain means they are in all organisms maximum it is similar. They produce this universal and specific. They produces the uh, two two to three codons when it is mixed to produces the one amino acid. I will show you. Okay, two to three codons to form the one amino acid. Okay, that is specificity and no non-overlapping. So these codons are always in tri means three. So that these see first this is U, but they are not overlapped. Always you have to read U because they are related form. They are not overlapped with another. That's why it's the non-overlap. And degenerating is so these nucleotides when it is changed, these triplet another triplet. If it is mixed, one type of amino acid form, it is removed another one. So degenerate means removed and another redundant removed and added one more nucleotide to produce the one more amino acid. So like that, degenerated and redundant form the new amino acids. So in generally 20 amino acids is required. 20 amino acids are for the 61 codons are required. So these in that 10 amino acids synthesized our body. Remaining 10 amino acids or essential amino acids they have to take from the diet, means from the food only we have to take. So 10 essential amino acids we have to take from the food. Okay, that is about it. So these examples for the genetic code. See these two codons. This is one triplet codon. This is one. These two codons to form the phenylalanine. Phenylalanine. UA and UUG. These two codons to form the leucine. So like that. So one or maximum two codons required, but only one is AUG. It is to form the methionine. Maximum remaining all to produce the two codons and three codons is there. So suppose if we take leucine, it's required four codons for one amino acid formation. For one amino acid formation. Like this way, in our 20 amino acids is there. For that 20 amino acids, so that already is 64. So you see like that 64 codons is there. In that three codons that are terminating codons or stopping codons are UAG, UAA, and UG. These are all the stopping codons. Understand? Hope I think understand all of you regarding codons. What is that? Next, protein biosynthesis. Already translation means nothing but protein synthesis. But that protein synthesis, some steps is there. We have to discuss that requirement of the components, activation of amino acids, protein synthesis in proper way, and chaperones and protein folding and post translational modifications. We can see step by step. See the requirements for the protein synthesis. First one is amino acids. Already I said. So in our body to synthesize the 10 amino acids, the remaining 10 amino acids we have to take food. So these are the compulsory. But prokaryotes means microorganism, they can synthesize 20 amino acids from the inorganic components. But in eukaryotes means human beings, compulsory we have to take the 10 essential acids from the diet. And next, so proteins, if you need protein means first amino acids required. Okay, fine. Next, mission. Where it is inside ribosomes. Yes. So ribosomes are factories for the protein synthesis because of they are the mission for the to synthesis the protein because of they combined the amino acids to form the protein. So in prokaryotes have the 70s ribosome and eukaryotes have the 80s ribosome. Got it? So they have two functional units. Suppose if you take a eukaryotes, 80s ribosome have the 60s and 40s. Got it? See, so in the protein synthesis, one mRNA and more than one ribosomes if it is involved, that's we can call it as a polyribosome in protein synthesis. Only one mRNA for the synthesis of one protein. If it is a polyribosome, it is called as polyribosome. You know that in prokaryotes only A site and B site will be there. A site means amino acyl tRNA. B site means peptidyl tRNA. Okay, in eukaryotes, three sites will be there: A site, B site, and E site. E site means exit site. Exit site. So this is the difference between the prokaryotes and eukaryotes regarding site in the ribosome. Okay. One more textbook they can say A site means acceptor site and P site means peptide site. Okay. Next. Next, what they required for the process is mRNA compulsory because it have the DNA. Because, not sorry, that codons it is present in the mRNA. Depending upon that codons only, the protein is synthesized. That's why it is a messenger RNA because it have the codons. Next, and the next what you required tRNA because of it bind with the amino acids and get into the ribosome to transfer from the cytosol to ribosome. So they carry the amino acids and hand them over to growing of peptide chain or protein. So the amino acids covalently, the amino acid covalently bind to the tRNA that at the third end. It will start from the third end. So each tRNA has three nucleotide base sequence, the anticodon. Okay. So each tRNA has a three nucleotide base. The anticodon. So this is the required. So in man means in human beings, 50 different tRNAs is there. Whereas in bacteria means prokaryotes, 40 tRNAs are found. That is the thing. So tRNA, that is the about tRNA and function. Next thing, what required source energy. So during the transfer and addition of amino acids and formation of the protein bond, It's required energy in the form of ATP and GTP. So energy sources are ATP and GTP. And some other protein factors is there. Initiation, for the initiation and elongation. You can see what is that. So for that, protein factors is required for the produces the proteins. So these are the all requirements for the protein synthesis. Fine. Next to how the next step process. Okay, all are is there. How it is next? How it is the starting? First one, amino acids activation. So amino acids activated by one enzyme is amino acyl tRNA synthetase. I said already amino acyl tRNA is a ribosome A site. Amino acyl tRNA A site. Okay. Synthetase enzyme. So these synthetase enzyme. So the enzyme are highly specific for the amino acid and they correspond to the tRNA. So first here the enzyme bind to the amino acid. Okay, then after that it's bind to the tRNA. See, we can see here in the diagram. This diagram is very important. See, this is amino acid. This is amino acid for the activation of amino acid. So these enzyme, this is not tRNA. This is enzyme. That is enzyme is amino acyl tRNA synthesis. When it is binded. It is binded. For it is binding, it is required one ATP energy. So utilize the one phosphate group. After that, it's bind to the it's bind to the amino acid tRNA. After binding of these enzymes, adenine monophosphate and amino acid, these entire complex bind to the amino acyl tRNA. Got it? After that, after functioning this enzyme, the amino acid binded to the here the three end of the here you observe amino acid with the pink color issue you can show. It's binded. The enzyme and adenosine monophosphate revealed. So this is the activation of amino acid and bind to the amino acyl tRNA. Got it? Amino acyl tRNA. Next, initiation of translation. Activation of amino acids, okay. Then after that, the translation, initiation, elongation, and termination is there. So for that initiation, the four steps is there. It is easy. Don't think more. It is very easy. Ribosomal dissociation process, formation of 43 S, pre 43 S ribosome pre-initiation. Next 48 S initiation complex and 80 S initiation complex. So this diagram we can explain easily. Okay. First step is dissociation of ribosome. So this is 80S ribosome in eukaryote. So 40S and 60S it is divided. So 60S divided it will bend afterwards. The 40S ribosome, the 40S subunit bind with the initiation factor. Initiation, this is initiation factor 3, initiation factor 1A. 1A. It is binded. It is binded. Again, the tertiary complex tRNA. This is tRNA along with initiation factor 2. Initiation factor 2. Here 3 1a whatever it is, if it is will come compulsory, we have to add the initiation factor. See here the we can matter, we can understand what is that. So they given the initiation factor 3, initiation factor 1a alpha. So initiation factor means in that protein to initiate, it's a factor. కారకం తెలుగులో అయితే కారకం అంటారు, కన్నడలో ఐ డోంట్ నో. ఓకే ఫైన్. సో thus initiation factor 3 and initiation factor 1a, it's binded to the 40s ribosome. Then these complex again bind with the here ternary complex. Why it is a ternary complex? These methionine tRNA, methionine tRNA bind with the initiation factor 2. These complex again bind with the here. So when these 3, 1a and 2a, these entire complex we can call as 43s pre-initiation complex. 43s pre-initiation complex here. So why they given these superscript I? Superscript I. These methionine tRNA recognize the AUG codon. Recognize the AUG codon. Recognize the AUG codon. A is the initiator, initiation codon. That's why is a methionine tRNA I. So this entire now it is formed 43s pre-initiation. So this is the first step, ribosome dissociation. Next to formation of 43 pre-initiation complex. Simple, they are added only factors and tRNA. That's why it is the 43s. That's all. Next formation of 48s. So here also some pure factors are added. Five factors that all are 4f, 4 factors. Initiation factor 4b and 4d and 4f, some 5 is there. Just to mention only 4, that's enough. I initiation factor IF 4d and b a f is there. It is binded. It is binded here. It is binded. But don't write this entire. This is a little bit complex. So see these 4a, 4b and 4a, 4b. These are all I have again entire we can call as a 4f. So these addition of 5 factors, that is 4 initiation factor 4 sub to form the 48s. For this it is required ATP energy. Utilize the ATP energy. So this is 48 initiation complex. 48 initiation complex. A simple. So for the protein synthesis, amino acids required is there. Okay. Amino acids activation. Okay. Next to ribosomes, how it is initiated, how it is complex and important. So that ribosomes first dissociated, then after that form the some complexes, that is 43s, then 48s. 43s means 3 especially. Just names gives the initiation factor 3 and initiation factor. Just remember this diagram. Remember you can write easily protein synthesis and this one. Then after that 43s to form the 48s. So here in the 48s, five factors, that 5 factors are initiation factor 4, initiation factor 4 subunit. That means 4f, 4a, 4b, 4d. These are all added. So to form the 48 initiation complex. Fine. Next. After that, these 48S initiation complex bind with the 60S ribosome. 60S. So here these 60S only here I am involved. So these binded, it's required GTP energy. One ATP is utilized for this complex, and for this IF5 initiation factor 5. Actually, whatever the here written, it is exactly written. Here also initiation factor 4, initiation factor 2, initiation factor 3, initiation factor 1 alpha. So here complex of for the complex of ATS means 48S plus 60S to form the ATS initiation complex. So during the complex formation, reveal the all these factors. Is all revealed again. It is utilized back. Again utilized back. This is formation of ATS initiation complex. After ATS initiation complex, next elongation that is the step in the initiation. So in elongation, elongation 3 steps. That is a binding of amino acid tRNA to A site and peptide bond formation and translation. In the elongation process, the 3 steps. So binding of amino acid tRNA to A site. I'll show in the diagram. So this is the ATS initiation complex. Already I said that these tRNA it is present in P site. Just you see or you observe. So this is the thing. So these 48S and 60S when it's binded, these the tRNA bind to the P site. P site. Already I said that it's bind with the AUG codon, initiating codon. It's bind exactly. Just you observe it here. Then we can understand the easily. See, so the P site that AUG codon, that opposite codon is there here. So it is mRNA, that's why it is bind A, actually A is equal to U. It is mRNA, that's why A is equal to A and U, A, G, C. Got it? So these now here, now A site is free. Here A site is free. So these amino acid tRNA, the first step. So binded for this required one GTP energy and elongation for factor 1 alpha. Okay, for the addition of for new, this is new tRNA. This is a new tRNA. So this new tRNA, it will come to the A site. It's binded. It's required for this process. One GTP energy it is utilized, and one factor is involved. Elongation. It is going a elongation. That's why elongation factor 1 alpha. Fine. Next, peptide bond formation. Second step. So between the that already here one amino acid is there methionine. Here one more amino acid came here. So these two make the peptide bond. These two make the peptide bond. Okay, between the already the first amino acid methionine is there, and again second amino acid it will come. The here the peptide bond formation between the, here we can step is there. That's required peptide transferase enzyme. Okay. Next, translocation. So here the UAC it is removed. Next, this one, the second amino acid move here. Next codon it will come. UAC is removed. That's why it is removed UAC. This tRNA it is removed, translocated. Because of this, it will come here. Here the it is here given. You can understand here. This one. So methionine and here it will come. From here to here it will here it is came. From here to here. So translocation takes place. So like this step one, addition of new amino acid tRNA, next peptide bond formation, translocation repeated. So up to the completion of mRNA codons. So first amino acid added, second amino acid added, third amino acid. So like that, the number of amino acids added, finally the termination will come. Termination, last phase. So these termination, when it will stop? When the termination codon UAA or UAG or UGA, when it will come, then it will stop. It will stop. So this is termination. When the termination codon expressed on the mRNA, the amino acid tRNA it will not binded or not will come to the A site. So it will stop. Then after that, the 40S ribosome and 60 again dissociated. Then the here the remove the peptide or protein is synthesized. These protein to produce some specific function. Either it this protein act as enzyme, either it act as a hormone, whatever it is. Either it has a structural protein. So this is the protein synthesis. So I requesting you that what I am showing now, the diagrams are very important in the transcription and the translation and protein synthesis. In transcription, in transcription, this diagram is very important. See, you can, if you want to make screenshot, you make it screenshot, no problem. So this depending upon this, we have to write the transcription. Next, this diagram important for the transcription in eukaryote. That is prokaryote. This is a eukaryote. Next, translation. In translation, this translation already in translation or protein synthesis. In translation or protein synthesis, this diagram also important because it initiation of amino acid compared to this one, this diagram. This is a complex initiation complex formation. This diagram and last diagram. This diagram is a very important. Just already I uploaded Satyanarayana textbook in Satyanarayana 554 to 559 pages transcription and translation and protein synthesis there. You go on through it and take print out, and better you take diagrams especially, and watch my video. Depending upon the video you have to make it notes. Thank you.